The following Jackass Nation production is powered by Cinelinx. Cinelinx.com, your one stop for your news, reviews, editorials, and more. Keep it on Cinelinx.
Man, this beat is tough. Coming to you from the Kayfabe studio in Highland Park, Texas. He was born in Seaside Heights, New Jersey. Raised by Wilson Fisk on the streets of Hell's Kitchen, New York, and did his studies in FABOLOUS Sin City, Las Vegas. He's straight out of Compton and brought to you in part by the Offshoots Network. He's pro wrestler, four-time MPX Tag Team Champion, writer, podcaster, bringing you his opinions on film, TV, professional wrestling, sports, and everyday life. He is the Jersey Jackass, B to the C. And you're listening to It Is What It Is with the Jackass. On tonight's show, BC rambles for as long as he can. And now, your host, the Jackass.
Yo, 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 it is what it is, and what it is what it is. And there's my phone with your boy, the Jersey Jackass, the one, the only, B to the C. What's going on, guys? Get at me on Twitter. Let me know what's going on. Use the hashtag IiWiIJA. Hit me up on all social media, whether it's Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, Stardust, or even Xbox Live at RealJackassBC. RealJackassBC. You know you can check this out by checking out Cinelinx.com, your one stop for your news, reviews, editorials, and more. You're going to want to keep it on Cinelinx. So yeah, here we are, guys. We're here, and I literally have absolutely no idea what I'm going to talk about today on the show. Literally don't have a clue. Haven't been able to come up with anything. Don't have a topic to talk about. Just kind of hanging out. Figured I'd just turn on the mic and start talking. Maybe it'll lead us somewhere. Maybe it won't. Who really knows? Not a lot of listener questions today. I did get a little bit of a topic from Rob and Matt, who are very interested in the Disney and Fox segment. So I will definitely be talking about Disney possibly buying Fox and my thoughts on it. I will get into that a little bit later in the show, probably during one of the main sources of everything. Maybe we'll talk a little bit about the WWE. So much has changed in the last couple of days before Survivor Series. We got a lot that we can get into there. So, who knows? We'll figure something out. We'll have a good show. We'll talk about some things. We'll do some stuff. We'll have a good time. That's all I can really say. Maybe it'll be a little shorter episode. Maybe it won't. But what I do know is that we're here. We're having a conversation. And that's what's most important. Being able to chit chat and talk with you. So, anyway, we got a lot coming up this weekend. MPX is going to present the Darkest Timeline. It is very, very Stranger Things centered. If you look at all the posters and whatnot, I really like it, although I have not got the opportunity to see the new season of Stranger Things just yet. But as always, it is live MPX action this Saturday night. Creative has taken over last week's decimation of Nigel Rabbit. Now with Richard Hill on the rampage, the MPX athletes don't know what will happen. Stars like Baby D, Stephen Kirby, and Jason Silver face an unknown future in the ring with MPX, while DTF and the Impact players look to capitalize. But that means absolutely nothing, because the real team will be putting in work. We do know that James Johnson, Max Sterling, Mr. Classy himself, like I said, the Impact's players, Baby D, Mr. Mayhem, the Outlaw Randy Wayne, DTF, Jason Silver. They're all going to be in action. But most importantly, Team Fisher will be in the house. That's right, Livy, Frankie, and myself. We will be there because we are MPX. You cannot have MPX without Frankie Fisher. Frankie is what made MPX what it is. Without Frankie, there would be no MPX. So, that's why we're going to be in the house and we're going to do some damage. What are we going to do? Well, guys, you're just going to have to show up to 510 Harwood Road, Bedford, Texas, this Saturday night. Doors will open at 7:30. Show will begin at 8, and we're going to put on a little bit of an ass beating on somebody. I guarantee that because we're Team Fisher, and that is what we do. We stand together because we can accomplish a lot on our own, like we have in the past, like Frankie has in the past. But when we stand together, we are unstoppable. And now you too can take teamwork to the next level with November's Loot Crate theme, Unite 2.0. Loot Crate is a monthly subscription box service which provides boxes of geek and gaming related merchandise and always includes a monthly t-shirt and pen. If you order by the 19th, the receipt right now, you can get this Unite 2.0 box of loot. It goes from all the way from Loot Crate to Loot Pets to Loot Anime to Loot Wear to Loot Gaming. All of the loot, you gotta get it. It is Unite 2.0. If you remember, the last one we had to unite was around the BVS time. So now we're uniting again, once again, with Justice League. Now, Trey was giving me an idea to talk about Justice League here on the show tonight, but we will be talking Justice League next week as we prep for the debut of the Justice League on the big screen. I'm so excited about that. So we will get into that a little bit next week. I don't know, maybe we'll talk a little Thor today. I don't know. I don't know if many people have seen it. I don't know who's gone out to catch it. Our spoiler reviews are up on YouTube right now, so I don't really get too much in that. You can just go if you want to catch our reviews on it or our spoiler talk. You can find them on the SCNS Live YouTube page. So, maybe we'll get into the Longhorns today. We can get in a little bit of the Cowboys, a little bit of some sport. The Mavericks are hard. See, it's tough right now because all of our Dallas sports are not doing too well. The Cowboys they're doing okay. It's not great, but it's not bad. The major problem with the Cowboys is the fact that they really can't get a rhythm going because every single week we're worrying about, well, do we have Zeke? Do we not have Zeke? What's going to happen? Do we need to change our game plan? Do we need to do this? Do we need to do that? We don't know how to prepare for games. So it's really a rough look for us. And, it's something that's going to be stressing you. It's going to be over your head all week long. So that's definitely something that's gonna contribute into the mentality of the team. It's gonna make it really difficult to go out there and win. You got that mentality working against you that you don't know how you're gonna play this upcoming weekend, what you're gonna do, how are you gonna game plan. So I think that has really hurt us. And now with Dez, having a small little injury, I don't know how too serious. I don't think it's too serious, but still, that wears on you. Dan Bailey being out definitely wears on you. And Dak's looking good. He really is. Definitely not the all-star that he was in his freshman year, sophomore year. Is still incredible and a top-tier quarterback. But it's got to be wearing on him too. All the hopes and dreams and everybody sitting on his shoulders, like, man, we got to go win. You got to do this with or without Zeke. So it's really difficult. And as far as the Longhorns, man, it's really, really tough to be a Longhorn fan right now because we're just having a hard season. It's about as hard as it was last season. Not looking good. I mean, we beat Kansas or whatnot, but we lost to OU. Losing to OU is never good. It always hurts no matter what. we could win the national championship, but if we lost OU, it's still going to be a very disappointing season, and it's going to hurt. But I'm going to the Texas Tech game the day after Thanksgiving, and I will still be supporting my Longhorns, still bleeding burnt orange, because that's just what I do. But it's rough, and I understand that it's rough out there for y'all. There's not a lot of trash that we can talk. We kind of just have to take it on the chin as we go, because, like I said, there's not much we can say. Like, we just bad. And speaking of bad, the Dallas Mavericks are not looking good at all. We're having one of the roughest seasons that I've seen. We had a decent preseason, but I mean, that's just preseason. We get into the actual season here, and it's been rough. And I think we can say that this is probably going to be Dirk's final season. I think that's pretty safe to say. I've been assuming that ever since they announced that all the bobbleheads that they were going to give out this season were going to be of Dirk. So I think that was pretty telling on the fact that this is probably going to be Dirk's last season. But so we've lost, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games in October. And then 1, 2, 3. So that's, we got 10. We're 2-10. We've got 2 wins and 10 losses. Both wins are over. One's over Washington, one's over Memphis. So, yeah, it's not looking good. It's definitely going to be another really, really rough season. I've never been one of those people that have been on Team Tank, because I don't like losing. I don't care if there's a method to the madness or there's a reason that we're going to go ahead and lose a couple games. I don't like to lose. I want to win. Seeing my Mavericks lose is probably one of the most difficult things that I ever have to do, because I enjoy my Mavericks. I love when the Mavericks win. I don't like to see them lose. It hurts me. I used to work for the Dallas Mavericks. I will always be a loyal Dallas Maverick, but these last, 6 years now, they've been tough, man. They've been really tough ever since we lost we won the championship. It's been really difficult to watch. Phil brought up that he wants to be back on the show. Phil, I told you, you're welcome on anytime you want. You just got to let me know. You can swing by the studio, Kayfabe Studio, get some lunch, hang out, and come record something with me. Don't have to, have fake invisible girlfriends go ahead and write on my Facebook telling me that you want that we need you back on the show. But he also brought up that maybe I should talk about the Ric Flair 30 for 30 Nature Boy. Woo! Styling, profiling, limousine riding, jet flying, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, son of a gun. All the women want to be with him, and all the men want to be like him. Unfortunately, I have not seen the 30 for 30 on Ric Flair. Not for any reason other than the fact that it is not streaming on the Watch ESPN app. And as you guys know, I cut the cord. So it is on Amazon Prime, so I'm trying to see if I can get the Muscle Zach T to pay for it, because I don't want to pay for it. So if he buys it, then I'll be able to watch it. If he does not, then I'm going to go ahead and get it myself. But it is disappointing that I have not gotten to see the 30 for 30 on Ric Flair, because that's one that I'm really, really excited for, and I really want to see because it looks incredible, and it's the Nature Boy. Like, how can you not be excited for that? So, anyway, all right, guys, we're going to go ahead and we're going to cut into a quick commercial break. When we do come back, we're going to talk a little bit about, I think we're going to talk about Fox and Disney and maybe some WWE. So we'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Dr. Jordan Hart, and I am the owner and sole doctor at Athletic Edge Chiropractic. And at Athletic Edge, we offer a variety of services to help you basically be the best that you can be. So we are a chiropractic office. We offer full chiropractic services, including extremity work, as well as a variety of soft tissue techniques and deep tissue laser therapy. So if you're in need of some body work, give me a call, 214-883-9550. My email is drhartdfw@gmail.com.
All right, so the Survivor Series landscape has completely changed. What we were looking at was going to be Team Raw led by Kurt Angle taking on Team SmackDown led by Shane McMahon. We were going to get Natty versus Natty versus Alexa Bliss. We were going to get The Shield taking on the Usos with the tag champions there. We're going to get Baron Corbin taking on Intercontinental Champion The Miz. Let's see, what else? Enzo Amore, I believe, will be defending against Kalisto. That one doesn't really matter. And then I believe that, okay, so that was, and then Brock Lesnar versus Jinder Mahal. Well, this week on SmackDown, or first on Raw, the New Day show up and end up costing the Shield the tag titles. So we get Cesaro and Sheamus are now going to take on the Usos. On SmackDown, AJ Styles defeated Jinder Mahal and became the WWE champion. So now AJ Styles is going to take on Brock Lesnar. And next week on SmackDown, Baron Corbin will defend the United States Championship against Sin Cara, which the winner will take on The Miz. And as well, Natalya will defend the Women's Championship against Charlotte. And the winner will take on Alexa Bliss. So, on Raw, the Women's Survivor Series team is going to be Alicia Fox, Nia Jax, Asuka, Sasha Banks, and a yet-to-be-determined female competitor. SmackDown, we got Becky Lynch, Carmella, Charlotte, Flair, Naomi, and Tamina. I guess Charlotte will switch out with Natalya if Charlotte wins the Women's Championship. I don't know who the Raw fifth member is. Maybe it's going to be Mickie James, but I don't think it is going to be Bayley, because, we had that moment on Raw this week where the captain, Alicia Fox, was saying, yes, I need Sasha, I need you on my team, and she just kind of bypassed Bayley. So I think that's going to be some kind of storyline eventually leading to Bayley versus Sasha Banks. That's my guess there. The Raw team will be led by Kurt Angle. You got Braun Strowman, Finn Balor, Samoa Joe, and Jason Jordan taking on the SmackDown team, which will be led by Shane McMahon, Randy Orton, Bobby Roode, Shinsuke Nakamura, and apparently John Cena? How John Cena fits into this, we're going to have to take a quick look at, because I don't remember seeing that on SmackDown this week. I don't know if you guys did. Perhaps it came up on the dirt sheets. Let's just take a little quick look here. Okay, so what it is that we did have Rusev going to take on Randy Orton, and if Rusev had won, we would have got Rusev on the team. But instead, since Rusev lost, he didn't join the team, and it was announced via Twitter by Shane McMahon that John Cena, the free agent John Cena, was going to take the spot on the team, which is very, very interesting to see because, we thought Cena was leaving for a little while. And to see him get thrown back in here is interesting. Now, what's going to happen with Jason Jordan? Is Jason Jordan actually going to stay on the team? Is Roman Reigns somehow going to get put on the team? Why is John Cena able to go from Raw to SmackDown to Raw to SmackDown to Raw to SmackDown? Is anybody going to pick up John Cena? Like, come on, man. That's like gold. Like, he is the free agent. That's the one you need to have. As far as the tag titles, going back to Cesaro and Sheamus is tricky. I don't understand that. I guess because, the Shield are good guys and the Usos are good guys now. You didn't want to put them against each other there because, and that's why I think Natalya might lose the belt because she's a heel, Alexa's a heel. Maybe you put it on Charlotte and you got the good guy to root for in that match. Same could happen with Sin Cara and Baron Corbin. I would really hate to see that, though. I would really hate to see Baron Corbin lose the United States Championship to Sin Cara just to get a face in that match against The Miz. That would definitely suck. What's going to happen with the Shield is I think the Shield's going to be pissed off. Roman Reigns returns next week. So I'm thinking that Roman Reigns and the Shield are going to call out your boy, the New Day, and I bet they show up on SmackDown to make it official, and we end up getting a 3-on-3 New Day versus the Shield. Which, if we get that, then I'm totally okay with Cesaro and Sheamus. Unless the Raw match becomes a Survivor Series match as well. Cesaro, Sheamus, and the Shield taking on the Usos and the New Day. Now I'm kind of just working this one out in my head as I go along here. Maybe these guys got a team. We get another Survivor Series matchup of Raw versus SmackDown. This one you get SmackDown to win because New Day and Usos are going to work as a well-oiled machine, while Shield and Cesaro and Sheamus are not. Either way you look at it, I like that scenario as long as they get involved there. I would love to see the Shield taking on the New Day, just back those two organizations just going back and back, not organizations but teams taking each other on, or the 5-on-5. Could work as well. If I had my druthers, I would pick 3-on-3. But because then if you're doing a 5-on-5 though, you let SmackDown win that one. You let Raw win the main. Then you let Raw win Intercontinental Champion. Raw win Women's Champion. And then SmackDown's won that one, and the women's, and then Raw wins Brock Lesnar over AJ. So that's 4-2. Yeah, that's where if you split them up, then you can do maybe more even. If you split up instead of doing 5-on-5, you do 3-on-3 and then 2-on-2. With the tag team champions and then the Shield and the New Day, then you can maybe get a little closer to evening up the night. Oh man, there's just so many different possibilities that we can go through, and I'm not exactly sure which one's going to happen. I do know what's really, really interesting is seeing Brock Lesnar and AJ Styles. This is something that makes me wonder what's going to happen out there because these two styles, no pun intended, they clash a lot. Brock is real heavy hitter, real suplex city, real I'm just going to throw you the F around. And then AJ is real finesse and technical and will wrestle with you. Brock's not much of that wrestler. He's a straight wrestler, a shoot wrestler, but he's not an in-ring wrestler. Like you had John Cena and AJ in there, and Cena will go with AJ. He will move up to AJ's level and he will wrestle with him. Brock's just going to pick him up and throw him around. So how does this work out as an actual match? They definitely saved the show, I think, because I don't think Jinder Mahal and Brock Lesnar would have been a good main event. But AJ Styles and Brock Lesnar is much more intriguing, and I'm really, really excited to see where this plays out. I'm also excited to see what happens to Jinder now. Does Jinder stick around, or does he disappear again? Does he go back to being a mid-card type of guy? What happens with Jinder Mahal now that he is no longer the champion? Either way, guys, we're going to get a lot more into this when we talk Go Home next week, next Friday, a week from tomorrow, right before Survivor Series. So y'all get prepared for that. That's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to have the crew all on there. I think it's next week. I'm pretty positive. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty positive that's when it is. So anyway, guys, we're going to take another quick commercial break. We'll come back. We're going to talk Disney and Fox.
Cinelinx presents Channel Control, where Matt, BC, and I, Rob, get together and talk about TV news and give you our take on what's going on in TV land. We'll also take you channel surfing, where we talk about what shows we watched that week and what we've liked about it. Find out what shows have been renewed or canceled, or just find out what TV series has been released on DVD, Blu-ray that week. Channel Control is a weekly YouTube show, so head on over, subscribe, check out our videos, give us a like, turn on your notifications so you know when our new shows are up, and you can also follow us at Channel Control on Twitter. And now, back to BC.
Good of Rob to throw it back to us. Speaking of Rob, he brought up a very interesting question on Facebook when I put up a post to see what you guys wanted me to talk about. He said, if it goes through the Disney buyout of Fox, would it be great for the theater, but bad for television? Asked if I agree or not. Now, that's what Rob thinks. Rob thinks it would be great for theater, but bad for TV. Well, you know, I see what he's thinking. Because he thinks it's good for movies because they get a whole slew of Marvel properties back. They get the Fox, they get all the mutants, they get the Fantastic Four, they get all the villains of the Fantastic Four. But it's bad because of things like the FX networks that has pushed the envelope on the adult TV programming. Might get the axe because FX uses sexual situations, language, drug use that is really not in line with the Disney anything model. Plus, you got the ABC hero shows that are just awful, Rob thinks, with Inhumans, which is garbage, I agree. And Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., he says, not good. And they have 8 or 9 great episodes, but a season of 23, 24 episodes he thinks is bad. I'm really on the fence. Because it would be really cool to see Wolverine fighting alongside the Avengers. But I disagree with Rob on one front, agree with him on the other. I completely agree it would be bad for the television shows. Now, saying that Disney does not push the envelope with television shows, not completely true. Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, these push the envelope a lot. A lot. And excuse me if I sound like I'm sucking on a freaking Hall's cough drop, man. I'm trying to keep my throat from coughing, trying to make it a little bit easier. So I'm not trying to be rude. I do apologize, but it's just difficult to see what they would do with Legion and The Gifted. Because Legion and The Gifted are 2 different shows. Would The Gifted become Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? Would Legion become Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? Would they just cancel them? Because Disney cannot buy the channel of Fox. It's not everything that Disney can buy. Disney cannot just go in and purchase all of Fox. They can buy rights to movies. They can buy certain movie divisions in there, production companies, rights to certain TV shows. They cannot buy Fox Sports. They cannot buy the channel of Fox. because they own ABC and they own ESPN. And so that would be bordering monopoly territory. So they would not be able to go in there and do that. So, but I do think that if they do it, that would be bad for The Gifted. The Gifted, who you guys know, is one of my all-time favorite shows now. I love it so much, and we're only 6 episodes in. So, needless to say, I would be afraid for Disney to come in now and change things. Because I do like S.H.I.E.L.D. I am a fan of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I am not a fan of Inhumans. Inhumans is garbage. Absolute, utter garbage. And S.H.I.E.L.D., while we don't exactly know where they're going to go, is it going to be Inhumans or not? I have seen the first half of episode 1. And the first half of episode 1 is really good. Runaways looks really good. I've seen the entire first episode of Runaways, and it's really good. So who's to say that Gifted would not be good with Disney in charge, but they would come in and things would change. And I don't know if I want things to change. Because Gifted pseudo kind of shares the same timeline as the X-Men films. They reference the X-Men, they reference the Brotherhood, they reference things that have happened within the X-Men films. So, in a way, they are connected to each other. Now, Legion, I have not watched much of, but I know it's a much darker tone. So, what would happen with Legion, I'm not sure. I do plan to catch up and watch it. Now, where I differ with Rob is the mutant films, the X-Men films, the film division. I don't think it would be a good idea, because if Fox sells to Marvel, yeah, we get the mutants back in there, but that also means we lose Deadpool. You guys thought it was hard to get Deadpool the first time. If Disney gets a hold of it, it will no longer be the Deadpool that we know. Kevin Feige has already come out and said, what's the other guy's, the head of Disney, Bob Iger. Bob Iger said that we will not do an R-rated superhero film. They have no plans to ever try. They do not want to. And some of the best X-Men films now are Logan and Deadpool. Deadpool 2 is already finished, so we'll still get it. But if this sale were to go through, we would not get a Deadpool 3. We would get X-Force, but it would be watered down if they even went through with it. And it would be PG-13. This New Mutants film that's coming out that looks incredibly cool as a horror film, that's another one we would not be getting if Disney got their hands on them. So yeah, Disney would get, the Fantastic Four back and all the villains, and we could see the X-Men versus the Avengers. But we would lose something so much more. Deadpool is something that is so special. It definitely broke down a lot of barriers in the comic book genre. It gave us a lot more options to go for. If not for Deadpool, we would not be getting what is coming of the Hellboy R-rated version. Logan is one of a masterpiece this year, and I guarantee will be looked at when time it will stand the test of time. Sorry, y'all know I'm stuttering a little bit today. But we don't get that if Disney owns them. We don't get the spin-off with X-23, with the little girl from Logan, because they go in a whole nother route. Yeah, we'll get a whole new Wolverine, and Matt wants to know who I would cast as Wolverine. Give me a minute, I'll get into that. I'll hypothetically get into that. But as far as just Disney owning Fox, it also means less films. Because I believe that if Sony was still running Spider-Man by itself, now don't get me wrong, I love that Spider-Man is part of the MCU. I think Tom Holland is incredible. I think Spider-Man Homecoming is arguably the best Spider-Man film that we've had. Tom Holland is the best Peter Parker Spider-Man we've ever had. While I believe Tobey Maguire was a great Spider-Man. He was a great Peter Parker. Andrew Garfield was a great Spider-Man. Tom Holland plays both sides of the coin perfectly. So that's where I worry, because if Sony was still in charge of just Spider-Man, we'd be getting a Spider-Man movie every 2 years, maybe every year. Somewhere in their universe, whatever it was they were doing. And I'm a fan of all the Spider-Man movies except for Spider-Man 3, and I can understand why people don't like The Amazing Spider-Man 2. But now we're going to have to wait a while before we get Homecoming 2. It's going to be at least 3-4 years before it comes out, because they have a bigger universe they have to focus on. They have to focus on the Avengers. They got to focus on Doctor Strange 2, Ant-Man 2, maybe another Thor movie. Captain Marvel's coming out, Black Panther 2, so it's going to get in there. With Fox owning the X-Men, they can keep putting out their X-Men movies within every 2 years or so. Deadpool here, an X-Force there, New Mutants, the Dark Phoenix saga. And they're not beholden to what another greater universe has to put out first. And I think there is something that's really good to that. We get more movies per year because Marvel is not going to put out more than 3, maybe 4 a year. 4 is going to really push it. That's pushing it. So there's not going to be more than 3 Marvel films a year, especially with Disney under that banner with Star Wars under the banner of Disney as well, because they've got to put out a Star Wars movie every single year. So I am completely against the fact that Disney was in talks to buy Fox. I hope that it doesn't work out. I hope that Fox is able to retain their rights. I hope they are able to play catch up and keep fighting along with them. I hope the New Mutants is really good, and I hope that Deadpool 2 really does well, because if they can keep doing well, then maybe they can keep from having to sell their properties. So while I understand Rob's point of view, I for one am not on board with the trade. Now, as far as if it were to go through, who would I cast as a brand new Wolverine? Oof, that's a damn good question, Matt. And it's going to be hard for me to cast off the top of my head, which is why I paused it and went and got me a little list put together, thought about some things, put some stuff down. Now, again, off the top of my head, I would have said Tom Hardy or Jake Gyllenhaal. Those are the 2 obvious choices, the ones that kind of fit the bill the most. I think Tom Hardy would be the number 1 choice. I would love to see him as Wolverine. But I think Jake Gyllenhaal is someone who who's grown on me. I was not a huge fan of Gyllenhaal up until Prisoners. Prisoners is what's got me to kind of go, okay, I'll give this kid a look. And then I absolutely loved Nightcrawler and Southpaw. So Southpaw is the one that you look at and you're like, yeah, this guy could probably do it. So, but those are your obvious choices. Those are your dream choices. Those aren't the ones that you're going to get. One of the ones I would like to see is maybe Charlie Hunnam. Now, Hunnam's one of those actors who he's still looking for his big screen break. He had Pacific Rims and are fans. We all like Pacific Rim, but it wasn't him that we liked in it. Obviously, he had Sons of Anarchy that was huge, and then most recently we just hit the King Arthur film that a lot of people didn't like, but I was a big fan of, and I really liked him in it. So I think this is a guy that could really have that rugged look to him and really bring it in. Now, he is a little bit taller. He is 6'1", but so was, Hugh Jackman was up there too. So it's not the same. It's not going back to getting a new Wolverine. It's still a big guy playing Wolverine, but he's not that big. And he's only 36, so that he could play the character for quite a while. So I think he'd be a good guy to have in there. Another pick that I would think is possibly Jack O'Connell. He is not a household name. He's not someone that most of you guys are going to know. He was in the Angelina Jolie directed Unbroken back in 2014, and in Jodie Foster's Money Monster, which came out, was it 2015, 2016, sometime back there. But he doesn't have like the big box office, but he's a young guy. And he looks lived in, if that makes sense. He could probably maintain Wolverine's agileness over a decade or so. He's only 25 years old. He's about 5'8", and he's just got a rugged look to him, so that I think he really could pull off the role. I think it would be a good guy that you don't see the actor, you just see possibly the character. And obviously that's what's one of the most important things we're going for here, is we don't want to see the actor. The thing about that made Hugh Jackman so incredible in the role was the fact that we didn't know who this guy was when he was cast as Wolverine. So he literally became Wolverine. In our eyes now, when we go back and look at it, he is that character. Now, we were all up in arms when they first casted him back in, the late 90s, early 2000s. Like I think it was probably like 99 that they casted him, because it came out in May of 2000. So, excuse me. But everyone was all up in arms. What's this Australian soap opera actor doing as Wolverine? He's too damn tall. Wolverine's supposed to be smaller, but now there's no one else we can imagine in the role. So even putting a group of guys together for the role has been very hard to say. It's almost sacrilegious. But so I think that O'Connor could be a guy that could disappear into that role, and something that we really could enjoy. Now, my other pick, my number one pick, this is going to be my number one, that's not Tom Hardy and Jake Gyllenhaal. Now, this goes against everything I just said, because this guy is a household name. And maybe not by his actor name, but by his character name. He's someone that everybody knows, and that is Jon Snow. Kit Harington. He's already got a loyal fan base among the geek culture. He has great acting chops, and he has the right look to be the next Wolverine and keep the legacy going. And just for a second, he's someone who is brooding yet always honorable, angry but good at heart. Sounds like I'm saying Wolverine, but no, I was describing Jon Snow from Game of Thrones. Very, very in attitude lies close to each other. He would have to maybe put on a little bit more anger than Jon Snow does, a little less bitching that Jon Snow does in the beginning. But I do think he would really fit the role well, and he would really be something that he can move on from Game of Thrones into a new, very strong franchise, should this go Disney or something along those lines. He could portray like a vicious anger that is not over the top, not too much, not too dark, and works probably just the right amount. And he's even said in previous interviews that he would want to play a superhero. He kind of wants more of a campy role, I believe he said. But, I think given the right pitch, given the right move, he could be a great Wolverine. Now, I don't think we're going to get another Wolverine because, like I said, I don't think this deal is going to go through. And I think the next thing we're going to get is going to be an X-23 film. But that's not just for me to say, guys. I want to know all of your opinions on it. Hit up Matt at Move the Joystick and Rob at Entropy1. That's N-T-R-O-P-I-1. And let them know what you guys think about the Disney buying Fox, or let Matt know who you think would make the good next Wolverine if this deal were to have gone through. I will say, if the deal did go through, honestly, I would just like Hugh Jackman to come back, because he wants so bad to be in a damn Avengers movie, and it would just suck that he couldn't be in there. But anyway, guys, get on Facebook, Twitter, whatever it is. Use the hashtag IiWiIJA and join the conversation with your picks for Wolverine and what you think of this move. Now, we're going to take our next commercial break. We'll come back with some box office predictions.
Hey guys, Jason the X for SCNS Live. Make sure you check us out on youtube.com/SCNS Live. Every Thursday night, we got a live show for you guys. Please like the channel and subscribe to it for all your news, reviews, editorials, and more. We are powered by Cinelinks.com. And as always, keep on nerding.
Keep on nerding. Do not forget to check out a brand new episode of SCNS Live tonight on YouTube, 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 8 o'clock, or I guess it's not standard time anymore. Daylight savings time. I don't know. It's 6 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Central here in Texas. So youtube.com/SCNS Live. Now, last week I went Thor Ragnarok, obviously coming in the number 1 spot. Looking forward to make $115 million. Bad Moms Christmas coming in at the number 2 with $28 million. Jigsaw coming in at number 3 with $10 million. Tyler Perry's Boo 2 A Medea Halloween coming in at number 4 with $6 million. And Geostorm coming in at number 5 with about $2 million. And guess what, guys? I was right on the money. Well, not so much on the money, but I did get the order right. Thor did come in number 1, but with $122 million. Big, great opening weekend for Thor. Mad respect to them. That's awesome. Bad Moms Christmas not pulling in as much as I thought it was going to do. I was thinking about 28. It pulled in about $16 million. 21 over the entire opening because it did come out on Wednesday. Jigsaw come in at number 3 like I predicted. I thought $10 million. It got about 6, giving it a total gross of $28 million on a $10 million budget. So that's not bad at all. Doing pretty well there. Tyler Perry's Boo 2 bringing in $4 million where I thought about 6. And Geostorm down 45%, getting $3 million rather than my estimated 2. So not a bad weekend at the box office. Good to see people going back to theaters, having a good time there. Let's see what we have this weekend. We have Murder at the Orient Express will be coming out. So that's one that I am really excited about. I'm definitely going to be seeing Murder at the Orient Express. Another one hitting theaters will be Daddy's Home 2. Yeah, they made another one. Y'all know that I was not a big fan of the first one. But I guess, if you make money, you gotta have another one. So, yay, here it is. We're gonna get another. Let's take a look here and see what exactly Murder is tracking at. It's not much out here for what it's tracking. Foreign, it did about $8 million. Daddy's Home hit, the first Daddy's Home hit about 38 opening weekend. So that's a big opening to hit 38 million on your opening weekend for comedy there. So that's pretty big. I don't think that Daddy's Home 2 is going to be able to pull in about the same. I think it's going to drop because, again, I did not like the original Daddy's Home. So I'm going to give it about $25 million, enough for the number 2 spot, because Thor is going to stay in the number 1, and I think it's going to bring in about 65. Murder on the Orient Express, we're going to say about $17 million. Bad Moms Christmas dropping down to about 8, and then Jigsaw coming in at number 5 with about $3 million there. So that's going to be my guess. Thor, and then Daddy's Home 2, followed by Murder on the Oriental Express, followed by, what did I say? Followed by Bad Moms Christmas, followed by Jigsaw. Now, I'm not going to be seeing Bad Moms Christmas till a little closer to Thanksgiving, but I will see it, so don't worry, guys. I definitely will get it, because I did watch the first Bad Moms the other day, and I thought it was absolutely hilarious. That thing was just comedic gold, and I'm really disappointed that I did miss it when it first came out. So, but yeah, those are the box office predictions. Make sure to get on Twitter, use the hashtag IiWiIJA, and let me know what your thoughts on the box office this weekend will be. You know, guys, I love being able to sit here and talk to you guys, whether it's on It Is What It Is, or Jackass Reviews, or Go Home, or even Jackass 1, a Star Wars podcast. I love having conversations with you guys right here on the Podbean channel, on all my different podcasts, on the Jackass Nation. And being able to do that has been quite difficult, but I got to thank a lot of you guys for making it a little bit easier on me. And you know how you do that? You do that by working with Amazon, because Amazon has come to me. They've come to the Jackass Nation, and they said, hey, we want to help you out. We want to make sure to keep everything on your Podbean channel completely free of charge so that the Jackass Nation can check out all your different shows and not have to pay a single dime to hear your opinions on whatever it is you want to talk about. all you got to do is use this link. And so what this link is that you can find all the description of every podcast I have, as well as on my Twitter, normally pinned to the top of the profile. Sometimes there's something else there, but I always tweet. I like to tweet it out on Tuesdays around the time I wake up, but it has the link that you click on and it takes you to Amazon. Now what this link does is it just takes you to Amazon. It doesn't take you to like my specific Amazon, it doesn't take you anything else. It just takes you to Amazon. Instead of typing in www.amazon.com, all you do is click this link, maybe even go and bookmark. Once you click the link, then hit that bookmark. And then every time you go to Amazon, use that link. And whenever you buy something, Amazon says, hey, this guy bought it from the Jackass Nation link. Therefore, he is a listener of the Jackass Nation. So let's give a little bit of money back to the podcast channel so that they can continue to provide all of the content free of charge. That's right. Amazon throws back to me just because you clicked on a link and bought from there. It doesn't make anything more expensive. It's still the exact same price as it would be. There's no upcharges or surcharges or hidden fees. It's just Amazon, and they're just saying, this guy's a listener of the Jackass Nation, and they like to use Amazon, so let's give back to the Jackass Nation. Let's make sure everyone continues to get all this content absolutely free of charge. So once again, make sure to click that link in the description of this video or on my Twitter. Again, I do really need to re-record that Amazon plug because it's not on my Twitter ever. The only thing pinned to the top of my Twitter is my YouTube page, which you guys can go subscribe. I need 75 more subscriptions. So I need 75 more of y'all to please go and subscribe to YouTube. You can get to it by going to my Twitter. It is pinned at the top of the profile. Please go hit that subscribe button. Once we can get up to 100, we can really start making some content and getting some things out there. I just have to get to about 100 people, and then we will be good to go. So I want to thank everybody who has subscribed already. I want to thank everyone who's spreading the word. Please retweet that, spread the word, let me know. Maybe we can get you some free MPX tickets if you do it. Retweet. If you retweet it, I'll look into getting some free MPX tickets to whoever does it. So please go out there, make sure you're subscribed, and retweet, and you can get some free tickets to MPX. So a lot coming up this week, including MPX. Once again, tomorrow, Saturday night, the darkest timeline is going down. Come and check out Team Fisher as we continue to try to right the wrongs that MPX has done and put Frankie Fisher back on top of MPX. Cinelinks.com has all your news, reviews, editorials, and more. Make sure you guys are keeping it on Cinelinks. We're going to be giving away an SNES, this SCNS Classic, and I just recently got the NES Classic. Now I don't get to keep it. I'm just borrowing it for a little while. We're going to be using it on the next UGF. Yeah, that's intriguing, right? But, man, that NES is so freaking cool. I absolutely love it. I've been playing Mario non-stop. So, be checking out, Cinelinks so you can get an opportunity to win a brand new SNES Classic. Don't forget, tomorrow night, What the Force, live from the Dweeb Factory YouTube and Facebook page. Also live from Nerdvana, where you can come grab some beers, drink, hang out with the cast after the show. Great food, play some video games. It's a lot of fun out there at Nerdvana. I'm actually going to be at What the Force tomorrow night. So isn't that freaking awesome, guys? I'm going to actually be there. Haven't been in a while. Can't wait to talk a little bit of Star Wars with you guys. Gifted Talkers is every single Tuesday on Cinelinks.com. We recap the most recent episode of The Gifted. Hope you guys are watching it. It's really fun. And our after show with me and Matt Quad C is it's just so much fun. Channel Control. I'll be sending in a video to Rob more than likely this weekend. I might actually go show up in the studio. I don't know. It depends on if I wake up on Sunday or on Saturday and how I'm feeling. But make sure to check it out on Monday on youtube.com/Channel Control TV. SCNS Live tonight. Do not miss out on a brand new episode. We got so much fun. I don't know what we're talking about, but we're going to be talking about some fun stuff. We only have 2 more episodes left of the season, so make sure that you guys are checking it out tonight on youtube.com/SCNS Live. UGF is back early December. We have not made an official date yet. As soon as we do, we will let you guys know. Johnny LaQuasto's album is out. Go check it out. Go buy it. It is so cool. Speaking of my buddy Johnny, he's got Ray Fisher from the Justice League coming onto the DC Movie News podcast later next week. So be prepared for that, guys. It is going to be Oof. It's going to be, actually, no, that's wrong. He is on there today. Thursday, Ray Fisher is on. I'm sorry, I'm a week behind. Ray Fisher is on this week, so definitely check that out. It's on Popcorn Talk on YouTube. Check out DC Movie News. Mad respect to my boy Jono. Don't forget to go to QuastoAlbum.com and get his awesome comedy album. It is absolutely hilarious. Big shout out to Zach Marchand for making my awesome logos, and I can't get out of here without saying thank you to Big Trey Mac and the Offshoots Radio Network. New commercial for the Offshoots is coming. We're working on getting one put together. But don't forget to check out the Offshoots every single week. They have all the best in every variety of podcast that you could want. All right, guys, you hear that go home music. I am going to get up out of here. I appreciate it. Had a lot of fun. Glad we got an episode out of here. Y'all know how to hit me up on all the social medias at RealJackSBC, RealJackAssBC, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Stardust. And as always, it is what it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to It Is What It Is with the Jackass. Follow BC on Twitter at RealJackassBC. Subscribe on Podbean.com to Jackass Nation. And subscribe to the Offshoots Network on iTunes. Views and opinions expressed by BC do not necessarily reflect those of the Offshoots or Podbean. We'll see you next time on It Is What It Is.